So the big question is this: how do you lose all the weight that you want and actually keep it off for the rest of your life, while trying to make sense of all the noise that comes from the weight loss industry? That is the question. And this podcast will give you the answers. G'day guys, and welcome to the next episode of the Weight Loss Secrets podcast. My name is Baron Grant and I'm really rapt to be with you today to share some more tips and ideas and experiences that can help you to make all the changes you want in your life to not only lose the weight but keep it off. Make healthy, habitual changes that will allow you to make long-term successful changes to your weight. So now today I'm super excited to be able to share the microphone with a special guest. This is a lady who has been on, done some work on my program with one of my coaches and has made, quite frankly, a dramatic shift in her life. So today I'm going to go through and unpack her story, and you're going to hear her story and be able to see the journey that she went on to be able to lose an enormous amount of weight and change your life in the process. And so I've been really excited watching her on her journey. And so my special guest today is Kylie. G'day Kylie, can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can, Baron. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Thanks so much for jumping on. I really appreciate it. And we'll jump.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We'll jump straight into your story because I think it's actually quite incredible, the work that you've done over the last couple of months and the changes that you've made in your life. I've been watching it sort of secondhand because you've been coached by someone else, not me, but it's been so cool to watch you make the changes. But maybe I talk too much on these podcasts, so I'm going to let you say something. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell our listeners, who you are and sort of what you do in your life?
So as Baron said, I'm Kylie. I'm 44 years old. Married to my husband, who I've been with since I've been 18, so long time, and we've got 3 kids who are 15, 13 and 8. So busy life, but it's been a journey definitely, and one that I'm going to keep going on. So I've got a bit to go, but I feel so much better in myself. So
you mentioned that you got 3 kids. I've got 5 kids, and I thought only crazy people had more than 2. Because the jump from 2 to 3 was insane in my house. Is that the same for you as well?
A little bit. Like my older 2 obviously are quite close. They're only 2 years apart. And my son was a bit of a crier as a baby, so it took me a while to agree with my husband to have a 3rd. But no, it's chaotic life, but I wouldn't change it for the world. Yeah,
I love it. It is crazy. I remember going from 2 to 3. I thought my head was going to explode when 2 babies are crying. What do you do? There's only 2 here. So anyway, but I just love that you've done this journey. You've had this crazy journey, which we're going to talk about in a sec, of how much weight you've lost and what you've changed in your life. But you've done that in a busy household. This is not...
Yeah, busy household, yeah.
Yeah, it's not that you're doing it with nothing. You've got nothing else to do on the weekends and, you've done it in a way amongst the chaos, right?
That's right. Well, I wouldn't... chaos is a strong word, but, busy life, they all play sports, so we have sports afternoons and Saturdays. So it's just about, life goes on. You've got to work your health into life, which I hadn't done previously. But just you got to work around what your situation is. So
I love it, and I think that's a great call, because if we don't work around what we've got, life's never going to somehow miraculously get empty of things we need to do.
No, that's right.
We've just got to work it in.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
Love it. All right. So now tell everyone how much weight you've lost. And I'd love if you're open to share what your starting point was and where you are now and how long it's taken you to get there.
Yeah. Well, my starting weight was 126.1. I know that 0.1 might not be important to some people, but that's my starting weight that it was. And my weight now is 97.8. So I've lost 27.8 kilos in 13 and a bit weeks. So,
all right. 27 kilos in 13 weeks, right? That is, I can't emphasize enough, that is an unbelievable achievement. Now, you must have starved yourself, right? You must have eaten no food any day to be able to lose that much weight.
No, I haven't been hungry. That was, I guess, the biggest shock to me, I guess. I was very much a sweet tooth before I started your program, and the more sugar you eat, the more you crave it.
Yeah.
So that's been a really big and a really good change for me, that I don't crave it. You know, I'm not saying I never crave it, but I just, eat the food on the plan, and I'm always feel, satisfied and not hungry and not looking for something else to eat. But there's plenty of food, plenty of food. So that's something, that I probably was worried about, but I needn't have worried about.
Yeah,
so,
love it.
Yeah.
Love it. So tell me a bit about your journey, I guess, leading up to ditching the diet. Before you started this program, tell me where you were at, what you'd sort of tried in the past, and how you felt about where you're at.
So in the past, I think I'm probably like a lot of people who probably get to the point of wanting to go on your program. I'd tried, Weight Watchers, the cabbage soup diet, keto, like multiple things, not eating much at all and just getting cranky, not being a very nice person at times. So, tried a lot of different things, and just in myself, I pretty much hated myself. That's probably a strong word, but that's probably where I was at. Not healthy, just nothing fit. I just felt down in the dumps all the time. Put a brave face on for everyone, but deep down, not a happy camper.
Yeah, and I hear that a lot, and I think the brave face is something that I see a lot as well, and that people go, "Oh, I'm okay," and then when you peel back the layers a little bit, they're not okay.
Yeah. That's right. And I think it's also the ones closest to you are the ones that cop it. So it's your kids that get the cranky side, and your husband or your spouse that gets the cranky side of you, because to friends and co-workers and things like that, you appear like everything's fine, but it's the ones closest to home that cop that that person that's quite cranky. Yeah.
And when you're at that point, you've tried heaps of things to get to where you are, and you maybe have you lost some weight on those other things and put it back on, or what was your story?
So I think I have lost weight in the past, but it was something that probably wasn't sustainable. Like I did lose a bit on keto, but then once the fatty food didn't go down well with me, with my tummy. Yeah, high fat, I think is not a good thing. It might work short term, but I think that's just not sustainable long term. It wasn't for me anyway. So,
what drove you to? How did you find out about me, and what made you sort of go, I'll have a chat with this bloke?
Yeah, I just decided I'd seen you on Facebook, and I'd watched a couple of YouTube videos, and I thought, look, I really haven't got anything to lose except the weight at this point. I'll give it a go and see what happens. I think when you hit rock bottom, you can only go up from there, and I felt like I was sort of at rock bottom. So that's why I gave you a call, and the rest is history, as they say. So
let's talk about the journey on the program, because I think something that you said before, I hear all the time, where people are like, I'm going to be really hungry, right? And I'm like, and I always try to tell people, no, you're not. You're going to eat the right food, and so your body's going to get the nutrients it needs, and the need for extra carbs and extra sugars, that sort of goes away a little bit. But
it goes away.
Yeah. Tell me about your experience with the food, particularly on the program. How have you found it? And
the food, I've loved the food, and it's been so easy, because it's just, for me, it's in black and white. That's what I can. These are the things you can eat. These are the things you can't. But there's plenty on the things that you can, and they're all things that I like. So that was never an issue. And I guess I probably was surprised at how much protein I could have on the program. I probably wasn't. I think that was part of the issue. I wasn't having enough before, on top of eating the sugar and stuff. But that's something that fills you up and gets you through to your next snack or your next meal. So,
and how many calories did you count, or macros, on the program?
No, didn't count. Didn't count. No, no counting of anything. Yeah, you just follow the food list that the things you're allowed, or the meal plans there, what you can have, and I enjoyed that you could, if I didn't like that particular breakfast or lunch, I could swap it with something else, and as long as it was one of the things that were on the plan, that was fine. So it was really flexible, and that sort of fit in with my life as well. So,
Yeah. Love it.
yeah.
And you had a coach on the program. Tell me who your coach was and how that went.
I had your beautiful wife, Davina, as my coach. She was amazing, just so positive and so encouraging and enthusiastic, and really a great cheerleader for me. I think having that coach, that's, I guess, a real point of difference with other plans, that you've got someone that you're accountable to each day, and they're really got your back with everything. So, she was absolutely awesome.
And I hear that a lot, having the coach, because a lot of programs have, like, I know you have some sort of bot as a coach, or you have a text message coach or something, you know what I mean? So it's having someone talking to you and voicemails and constant support.
Yeah,
I hear that makes a big difference for most people, which is awesome.
Absolutely, yeah. That has been such an amazing thing. Just always knowing that someone's there. If you've got a question, you can message or leave a voicemail or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's just really helpful, knowing that you've got someone there each day. Like, Weight Watchers or Jennifer, you might weigh in once a week, but you just don't have the access. You're accountable to yourself, but having, someone else that's always there, that's been a real game changer for me.
Yeah. And I always say, if someone's going to contact you tomorrow, it kind of makes you do the right things today. So
it does.
You know they're coming. You've got to do it.
So it's been awesome. Yeah.
And how did you? A question I get all the time from mums is, how do I do this with kids? So I want to know from you, what was your experience with the food and your kids, and how did you manage that?
So food-wise, my kids are pretty good. They're not overly picky eaters, so I basically just worked the meals in, and we pretty much ate the same. They might have had more rice or more, sweet potatoes. That was just something that I added to the meals, but I just sort of, stayed with my protein, whether it be chicken or fish, and just had my go-to veggies are pretty much cauliflower, broccoli, zucchini and carrot. That's pretty much it. And I think people get caught up with having to have all this variety in these gourmet meals, but I think people just need to go back to simple and nutritious food is going to do you the world of good. So that's sort of the way that I look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I always say to people, I always say to people, it's not a diet. It's about changing your eating life. Because if you have the mindset that it's a diet, it's short term, right? But I always say to people, it's simple and it's easy. Everything you need is from Coles and Woolies.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, you don't have to buy anything, special. It's all just your normal grocery shop, which is really good. You don't have to sort of go and buy any supplements or anything like that.
Nothing like that. And I also add in that it's not like eating a grapefruit for breakfast and half a carrot for lunch, right? You have proper meals.
No.
And so I wanted to ask, what was your favourite meal on the program? Did you have one?
Probably the Mexican salad is something that we all love, and that's on regular rotation in our household. And to mix it up a bit, I do my turkey taco mix, but I sometimes will put like a cauliflower and broccoli rice with it. Perfect. Just to change from the salad. Like over winter, that's been nice to have a warm lunch, occasionally. And the soup, I've enjoyed the soup. I never blended it. I just left it chunky, and I always enjoyed that for lunch, especially in winter. So
love it. Yeah,
so they're probably a couple of my favourites. But yeah, chicken and veggies and fish and veggies and the Mexican salads.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Mexican salad certainly is a favourite for most people. I get that all the time. That's a big favourite for everyone.
Yeah.
And I think the key is, why I wanted to mention that is, there's lots of food to choose from, so you don't have to eat the same boring stuff every single day. And that's
right. Important. Yeah, you can choose to. There's a few that you just want to put on rotation. Like I find it's easy to sort of do a bulk cook up of the turkey taco mix, and then I just portion it out, and then I know I've got my amount and just cut up some salad with it. It's just people think it's a lot of prep, but it's not. You just need to sort of plan ahead, and that's something that helped me. With busy Saturdays, I would just pack up my chicken and salad and put it in the esky with my fruit, and I've got all my stuff there for the day. So you're not grabbing for a sausage roll or a pie or whatever if you're at sport and stuff. So it's just about being
prepared.
Organised and prepared. Yeah.
Love it. So now tell me, so you worked with us for 9 weeks and you're going in on your own now and doing ridiculously well, by the way. But tell me, sometimes I try to talk to people about how different they will feel in their lives. Like literally, I just got off the call with a lady who's 120 odd kilos, and I couldn't help but to see that it's going to be better and she's going to feel totally different. I try to show that and say, hey, because you'll be able to breathe easier, move easier, all of these things, sleep better. Tell me what's different for you realistically. You've experienced it. What's different for you now? How do you feel in your body, in your mind, compared to what you felt when you're at 121 kilos?
Yeah. So body-wise, I just feel so much lighter. I've got lots more energy. I'm sleeping better. Because, my husband used to say to me, you just snore so much. And, it was, the weight obviously pushing down and making it harder to breathe. But he hasn't mentioned that I'm still doing that. So and I wake up, more refreshed. I don't feel tired. I was waking up and I just felt tired all the time. So, but I don't feel like that anymore. I'm up sort of at 5. My husband leaves for work at 5, and so I get up, I fold my washing, I do my paperwork, anything that I've got to do some reading, and then at 6 that's when I go for my walk in the morning. So that's big change from what it was before, and I enjoy my morning walks. I see the sunrise, and it's awesome. So big change for me, but I really enjoy the walking, and it's just so easy. You can do it anywhere. The kids are at training for sport. One of my friends and I, we go for a walk, so we walk for sort of 45 minutes to an hour. So, the steps, I think people might see that it's a big step count to get to, but you will get there if you just, you just need to move.
How many steps would you normally bust out in a day?
I usually average around 14,000, 14 or so,
And we generally ask people to do about 12,000 steps a day, and there's a reason for that, because some people will get 5,000 or 6,000 just living, and I want people to deliberately go for a walk. That's the whole. And so,
that's right.
And I'm not sure if you found this, but most people get better at walking and get faster at walking as they lose weight.
Well, I'm finding that I'm much faster. Like even my husband walks pretty fast, and he said, "Oh, you can keep up with me now." So my pace definitely has improved, and I'm not puffed. Like I used to walk not very far, and I'd be pretty puffed out. So so my fitness has improved a lot just from the walking. Like I haven't, go to the gym, anything like that. I muck around with the kids, the footy and basketball, netball. Outside, but I think that's all adding to the movement. I think just park further away from the shop, like any of that extra stuff all helps towards your step count. So that's just what I do. I just try to move more. So it's definitely helping.
I love that. I think that's so brilliant, and I wish I could package that up for people and go, this is how you will feel. Like this is what you get out of this when and it doesn't even matter whether it's with me or with someone else. Losing weight and getting healthy it feels amazing. Now you've lost quickly. Now often I talk to another person just today who said, I've been told that you shouldn't lose weight fast. Now I couldn't be further from that belief as long as you do it the right way. But how does it feel to lose weight quickly versus losing weight slowly?
I think it's just it's more motivating. Like if you see a decent loss, like the first couple of weeks, my first week I lost 4.9 in the first week, just eating and walking and drinking the water. So I would rather see a decent amount, and that pushes you to try harder and walk more, and eating the clean food, it just makes you feel so much better quickly. So then you've got more energy to do your walking and stuff. So
and just to add,
think I would much rather do it quickly than see small increments. It just feels like it would take forever, especially if you've got, a big weight to lose
then,
like I've had. So.
And then the problem is, if you lose weight too slowly, most people quit. That's the challenge. And so staying motivated is just as important on this program as losing the weight. If you don't stay motivated, it all ends pretty fast, I think.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I think motivation sometimes is fleeting as well. So I think being consistent and make no excuses. So my two things that I put in on my vision board to start was be consistent and no excuses. And that goes to food, that goes to walking. Like we can all make it, well, it's too cold outside. Like I started in May, so I was coming into the cold of winter. Well, I just put more layers on when I do my walk in winter. Yeah, so, and you soon warm up. Like once you've been going for a bit, you soon warm up. So I think, putting those excuses to the side is important, and then just do it.
But it's easy, isn't it, to fall into those things. We're so good at excuses that we call them reasons, right? We can't do this because of that, or we can't do this because of that. But the reality is we just put a limit on what we can actually achieve.
So you need to, I think one of your videos, which always sticks in my mind, you need to be stronger than your strongest excuse. And that has always, stuck in my mind. And that's one other thing, those little videos, like they're just those little pep talks, like a pep talk each day. That was really good for me. So I enjoyed that each day, and there's certain ones, that have stuck in my head. So.
I always wonder when people get those videos to their phone every day, I'm like, are they like so sick of seeing my face? Because every day they get a video of my ugly mug.
I wasn't. I enjoyed them. So and that's another thing. Yeah. But mentally, sorry, I rambled on about physical things, but headspace wise, mentally a lot clearer and a lot more positive. I think once you start to feel better, the weight coming off affects other parts of your life as well. So, much happier and much clear-headed. That was the thing. I was quite foggy in my head, and I think that was from all the carbs and the sugar that I ate. And once that, it didn't take very long for that to sort of clear and my face to be less puffy, my hands to be less puffy. So those things change pretty quickly if you just eat the clean food. So so that.
I want to ask one more, I guess, tough question or almost inappropriate question. People might say, "Don't worry, it's not rude or anything." But but people are always like, "I should lose weight for my health," right? They say that, but deep down, it's not just that. It never is. No. And people say, "I don't want to sound vain," and I'm like, say whatever you want, right? One lady said to me, "Baron, I've taken all the mirrors down in my house because I can't look at myself." So I'm going to ask this question because I know that I talk to women 40 plus all day, every day, literally. That is my whole wheelhouse. And I want you to tell me how you felt. What was your starting weight? 120?
126.
126. As a 126 kilo woman standing in front of a mirror, what did you feel when you looked at yourself compared to right now?
I didn't like looking in the mirror. I'm probably like a lot of people. They probably, like you said, take the mirrors down or avoid it. You look in there to brush your teeth and put your makeup on, but you try not to look at what's in front of you. That was sort of where I was at. But now I'm okay to walk past the mirror and I'm okay to look in the mirror, and I sort of, as vain as it might sound, it's like you're doing well, just keep going. Like I do talk to myself in the mirror, in my head, not so that anyone can. But just keep going, keep going with it. So,
I love it, and that's
much better relationship with myself.
That's good. And I know that you're still trying to lose. Where do you want to get to? Where will you get to?
My aim is between 75 and 80 kilos. So I do have a way to go, but I'm over halfway. So, so I will get there. I'm determined to get there.
So tell me, when you get there, you're going to jump back on a quick podcast form with me so you can tell me where things are at?
Yeah, I will, of course.
That'd be great. But is there anything else that you wanted to add, I guess, before we finish up? I've been super grateful that you've been so honest with what you've done and what you've achieved.
Yeah, I guess the main thing is just think of your health. my inner health was pretty bad before. Like, I was diagnosed with fatty liver disease, and so that this is going to obviously help that tremendously. But if I kept going the way I was going, it was headed down the diabetes, route and the heart disease and all that. And you want to be around for your family. So that's, as my health is obviously the most important, because that has flow-on effects to my family. So that's my driving force.
I love it. And I think it's a great point that you make. You were heading down the path of diabetes. I always say to people when they get to that sort of weight, it's not if, it's just when.
Yeah, it's when.
And that's a choice. It is a choice, and you've made the choice to go the other way. And I always say on the call with people, whether it's with me or whether it's with someone else, you have to make the choice to live healthy for the rest of your life. I always say, if you want to feel like a healthy person, then you've got to make choices like a healthy person.
Yeah, that a healthy person would make. Absolutely.
And fat stores are only excess energy that we've eaten. We just have to eat the right food so our body uses that energy. So, Kylie, I'm so grateful that you've gone on and told your story. Thank you so much for being so open, so honest with people, because I know that loads of people listening to this are in the same boat, unsure about what to do and how to go next. So I'll do a shameless plug to finish. If you are in that place, there'll be a link at the bottom of this podcast, or if you're listening to it on YouTube, there's a link as well. You can jump on that link, pop in your details, and organise a call with me, directly with me, and we'll talk about where you're at and see if I'm the guy to be able to help you on your journey. And I'd love to, to help you on your journey as you try and experience what Kylie's experienced. But it doesn't just have to be if you're at 120 odd kilos. It can be if you're at 75 kilos and you're trying to lose that extra 5, 6, 7, 8 kilos, 10 kilos. The process is still the same. So, good. I want to say good luck with the rest of your journey, but it's not luck, it's choice. So just keep
it's choice.
Just keep smashing
absolutely. I intend to. Thank you, Baron.
Hey, thanks so much for jumping on. I really appreciate it. And for everyone who's listening, make sure if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, whatever it is that you're watching it or listening to it on, to follow and get the next update. I've got a few of these coming out just like this one later in the week. And I'm just excited to hear people's stories. So thanks so much, Kylie. Keep being awesome. And we'll talk soon, guys. Thanks so much.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.